Francis now throws it around the net, scores! It's Nathan Moreau to the blue paint! We are
Here, a round of applause for Igor. And these fans certainly love Igor Sokolov. And Ryan Francis as well. Almost everybody standing here at center 200. And Igor has his Senators jersey on. Of course, Ryan has his Eagles jersey on, getting ready for the game. And quite a week it was, and quite a Wednesday it was for those two gentlemen. Exciting times for the Cape Breton Eagles as we bring it down to ice level for the national anthem. Excellent rendition of the national anthem to bring us into tonight's game as the Eagles and Islanders will face off for the first time this season. Charlottetown was 2-0 last weekend as they are on a 6-game road trip to start the year. The Eagles won 6-1 with a loss in Sydney against Halifax last Friday and a victory in overtime at Scotiabank Centre. So the Eagles will look to get into the win column tonight. Thus far this season, the Eagles have been outscored 1-0 in the first period. Charlottetown has outscored opposition 3-2. The Eagles won 4 of 7 last year between these two teams before the Charlottetown Islanders were on their way to Sydney in March for 2 games that never took place. You heard Jim Holt talk about that in the pregame show. Tonight's referees, Tyler Putafont and Brad Mills. On the lines, Dave Ivey and Sam Curry. Eagles in black with white and gold trim. They'll skate right to left on your radio dial in periods 1 and 3. Islanders in white with black and harvest gold trim as we get ready for tonight's game. FJ Buto, the late scratch for the Eagles in this one as they had 19 in the warm-up. Charlottetown takes possession off the draw. It's their captain, Brett Budgell, coming in. He'll chip it in along the right side. Play behind the net now. Here's Felix Lafrance up the right side. And the puck will go out of play into the Eagles bench. So not long for our first whistle, just 14 seconds into this contest. Great to be on the air with you tonight on CJCB, and thankful for any games we can play. I know there's teams that are having hard times around the queue. Thoughts with people in Blainville and Sherbrooke. And hopefully everybody gets through this on the other side okay. Face-off coming to the right of William Gramar. Francis loses the draw to Budgell. Puck comes back to Cormier. Shot. Puck goes wide of the net as Francis takes it behind the net. Lucas Cormier actually leading the queue in scoring heading into tonight. He has 6 points on the young season. Thomas Casey, we'll hear from him in the intermission. He couldn't go any further. Puck comes in over center. Kieran Gallant to Cormier. Cormier won't even be changing colors if he goes to the pro ranks. He was drafted by Vegas earlier this week. Puck comes into the Charlottetown zone as Felix Lafrance comes after it. Lafrance skating in along the right side. Puck turned over. Noah Lowen will bank it towards neutral ice as Jared Baker shifts slowly into his own end. Diagonal feed to Lafrance over the logo. Puck comes back into the Eagles zone. We're through 50 seconds here at Center 200. First meeting of the season between these rivals from Maritime Islands. And no score. It's been a really good rivalry between the two teams the last few years. Seems like the season series is always pretty even. Puck comes out to center. Liam Kidney gets a touch on it. Charlottetown takes possession. Cedric DeRousseau will bring it into the Eagles zone. And the puck comes back out as it comes onto the stick of Kidney into the Charlottetown. And a shot, and it goes over the net. DeRousseau goes after it, trying to chip it out. DeRousseau, one of the centerpieces of the P.O. Joseph trade, came over from Drummondville, started his Q career in Victoriaville, which is his hometown, originally a first-round pick of the team. Blendowski will move it over to Trudeau. Now Beauregard up the ice. Puck comes in to the Eagles zone off the stick of DeRousseau. Play behind the Eagles goal now. And it's almost cleared out, but LeBlanc touches it in the Eagles zone. He's the lead forechecker. Charlottetown making some changes here as Logan Kelly-Murphy up to Kidney. Kelly-Murphy banks it off the boards. Puck coming into the Charlottetown zone. Hagerty-Aubin now. Hagerty-Aubin working the half boards. Tries to push it back to the point. Puck comes back to Logan Kelly-Murphy. Now Drew Elliott into the Eagles zone. Here's Drew Elliott coming in. Elliott nudged off the puck. Elliott behind the net. He's being watched closely behind the goals. We're through the first 2 minutes. A penalty coming up here as play continuing on. Elliott playing with it, and Logan Kelly-Murphy will touch the puck, and the Cape Breton Eagles are going to the penalty kill. Logan Kelly-Murphy in the box. The Charlottetown Islanders 4 for 10 on the power play thus far this season. The Eagles have killed 7 of 9 penalties. Lafrance will take the draw, and he wins it. Puck comes back to LaRose. He'll try to fire it along the wall. Point to Cormier. He's working the points with DeRousseau. DeRousseau has it at the right point. Back to Cormier. Cormier slinking in. Pass to DeRousseau. DeRousseau now to Cormier. Back to DeRousseau. Back to Cormier. One-timer. Didn't get a lot on that. Save made as Casey goes chasing after it. Budgell and Pledowski also out of the power play, but the puck is cleared out. 1:25 left in Logan Kelly-Murphy's penalty. 17-12 left in the first period. Eagles getting the second PK unit out there. Ryan Francis buzzing behind the net. He's out there with Hagerty-Aubin, Baker, and LaRose. As Cormier will skate over center. A drop to DeRousseau. Comes into the Eagles zone. DeRousseau with it. Left side. He'll fire it across the way. Puck comes out towards center. As Cormier takes possession in his own end. There's Casey coming in. Casey, short pass for Cormier. Cormier up the left wing. Playing out deep in the Eagles zone. 55 seconds left in the Logan Kelly Murphy penalty. Puck fired down the ice as Colton Ellis will play it off to Noah Lowen. Colton Ellis, of course, a draft pick of the Eagles. And the Eagles are familiar with his face, not just because he's from Cape Breton, but from that playoff series the Eagles had with Rimouski a few years ago. Here's Noah Lowen. Lowen will chip it up to Trudeau. Trudeau behind the Charlottetown net. 28 seconds remain in the Charlottetown power play. Noah Lowen cross ice there for Patrick LeBlanc. He'll come up the left wing. LeBlanc spinning and turning. He'll flip it back to the point to Trudeau. Trudeau has it at center point. He'll shoot. Couldn't get it through traffic. Puck comes back to Lowen. Lowen has it on the left side. At Trudeau on the right side now. 10 seconds left. Charlottetown power play. LeBlanc, a little short pass. Side of the net. Puck comes back to Trudeau at the point. He just keeps it in. 3 seconds left of the power play. Now LeBlanc coming in. He'll shoot. Couldn't get a shot off. Gets the puck back, though. Kelly Murphy's back on the ice. Team's back to 5-on-5. Puck comes back to Lowen. Now to Lowen, a shot. Goes off the skate of Kidney. Nobody knows where it is. It's way up in the air. Chance in front. Off the side of the net. Charlottetown buzzing now as Sam Oliver had an opportunity. Puck comes now on the half wall to Trudeau. Play deep in the Eagles zone as Logan Kelly Murphy will skate up towards his own blue line. We're 4.5 minutes into this first period. No score. Shots are 2-0 Charlottetown. Colton Ellis out of the net to play it. He'll hand it off to Noah Lowen, the former Eagle, who's wearing an A for Charlottetown now. Trudeau skates over the Eagles' beak into the Eagles zone. Trudeau trying to go further. He'll shoot. Save made. Rebound. Gramar facing traffic as Trudeau almost bowled over him. Play behind the Eagles' net. Here's Thomas Casey. Casey, short pass there for Budgell. We're past the 5-minute mark here at the nest. Jack Campbell tries to move it up to Cole Frazier. Frazier skates along the left wing. Long time without a whistle here as Hamel tried to dump it back in. Play on the other side of center. The speedy Thomas Casey, who's going to join us at the intermission. He'll hand it off to Kieran Gallant. Gallant breaks through it. Good work by LaRose to angle him off. Didn't allow much of an opportunity there. Casey at the right point. Casey fires it down the right side there for Kieran Gallant. Gallant couldn't go any further along the boards. Baker off the high glass. Looks for Cole Frazier. Hamel keeps it in, but only temporarily. Here comes Frazier. Has a man driving the net. It's Logan Camp. Couldn't get it to him. Great play there by Ryan Maynard, the new Charlottetown defenseman who came from the Ontario Junior A ranks. He's a bit slow to get up, is Maynard. Hopefully he's going to be able to shake that off as he's still on the ice deep in the Charlottetown zone. And now he's going to go to the bench. Puck comes out to the other side of center. Lucas Canning on the backhand. Couldn't get it by Hamel. Charlottetown brings it in as leading the rush is McCarthy. He'll fire it wide of the net. Cooper with the puck for the Eagles. Cooper, one touch for Francis. Francis over center into the Charlottetown zone. He'll shoot and a save made there. 13:55 left, first period. Long time without a whistle here. I think it's about 3 minutes now. Here's Boyd. He's being checked along the boards. Puck comes to McCarthy. McCarthy dumps it towards the Charlottetown end, but the puck comes back to McCarthy in the Eagles end. Shot! Save made there by Gramar, as it was Sam Oliver getting a wrister off. Play in the Eagles zone. Kelly Murphy will skate it up to his own blue line and then over center. Logan Kelly Murphy chips it into the Islanders' end. Cormier with it for Charlottetown. 13:25 left, scoreless first period. Lucas Cormier skates over the Eagles' eye and into the Eagles' zone. Cormier cuts to the right side of the ice. Pass across to the trailer de Rousseau. A shot, a save made by Gramar. He'll cover up. 13:14 to go in this opening period. We are scoreless at the nest. You're listening to McDonald Auto Hub, Cape Breton Eagles hockey on 1270 CJCB. And that's a long one because it took forever to get a stoppage. Very good. Okay, I will get you some more IDs eventually, I promise. Okay. Okay, perfect. All right. All right. Thank you, Jacob. Jacob Santerre and his Eagles taking on the Charlottetown Islanders for the first time this season. And we welcome any Charlottetown fans to the broadcast. And we may have more than usual because the Charlottetown announcers coming to tonight's game, there was a bit of a longer wait at the border because of what's going on with COVID-19. So those of you who are tuning in waiting to hear them, I'm sure they'll be on the air soon, but we're happy to have you here in the meantime. Face-off will come out in front of William Gramar. It'll be to his right. That is George Matthews and Corey Arsenault trying to get set up here. So I don't know if they'll be on the air, but we're right here on CJCB with this game. 13-14 left in this first period, and a long time without a whistle there prior to the last media break, but no scoring yet in this contest. Face-off will come to the right of William Gramar. Coming up at the intermission, we'll have a Cape Breton Eagles birthdays. We'll hear about a key player in tonight's game. We'll hear about an overage score for the Eagles, a player who just signed an NHL contract. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. And we'll also hear about a one-game wonder for the Eagles. That's coming up, Cape Breton Eagles birthdays at the intermission as we wait for a puck drop. It looks like there might be an issue with the ice here. 13-14 remaining in this opening period. 2-game set, Eagles and Islanders. Same two teams will go at it tomorrow at 7 o'clock. We'll have that one for you as well. Looks like there may be an issue with the board, so we'll take another quick break and return. You're listening to McDonald Auto Hub, Cape Breton Eagles Hockey, 1270 CJCB. Yep, that worked out well, actually. Yeah. Okay. All right. Back here at Center 200, and it looks like there is an issue with something along the boards on the Islanders bench. So as we wait for that to be fixed, we'll just take a look at other things going on around the league. No other scores as of yet. A couple other games in the Maritimes. Moncton is in Halifax, and Bathurst is in St. John. The Moncton-Halifax game is taking place. If you missed the pregame show, bad news coming out of New Brunswick today. The city of Moncton has been elevated to the orange level of the return protocol of COVID-19. So that means that technically travel in and out of that region is restricted. So we don't know if the Wildcats will have any exemptions, but they were in Halifax already when the announcement was made. So we'll be talking about that throughout the broadcast. Of course, we do want to talk about the hockey that's on the ice as well. So don't worry, we do have some games going on. And a good start to this one. Shots are 6-1 in favor of Charlottetown, although that may be a bit misleading in terms of how the play has gone thus far. And it looks like we are set to go. Beauregard and Francis will take the draw to the right of Gramar. Ryan Francis, newly drafted by the Calgary Flames. He'll win the draw, but the puck comes. Takes possession, but they can't keep. DeRousseau can't hold the line, and now Plendowski goes after it behind the net. Oscar Plendowski, first rounder of Chicoutimi in 2019, brings it towards the blue line. Pass for Beauregard. Now Trudeau takes it. Backhand pass for Cedric DeRousseau. Play deep in the Eagles zone. Beauregard now pass out in front. Chip pass. Save made. Rebound. A big stop by Gramar on DeRousseau. Play behind the net. Francis takes the puck. Here's Ryan Francis skating along the right side. He'll fire that up over two lines. Puck comes to the red line onto the stick of Patrick LeBlanc. Where's 19 for Charlottetown? He passes it across to DeRousseau. DeRousseau for Beauregard. He'll dump it in on Gramar. Cedric DeRousseau was turning heads last year when Charlottetown had their Players' Night. He had the most unique nickname. He was Said Money was on the back of his jersey. That was a bit of a mouthful to call. Eagles gain the Charlottetown zone. Canning sends it back to the point. Here's LaRose, a shot. It goes wide of the net. Baker, a shot. Puck comes out to Drew Johnston. 12-14 left here. First period. Eagles and Islanders are scoreless at the nest. Johnston brings it into the Eagles' end. LaRose will hold the puck as Islanders forecheck peels back. Puck comes to Cooper. Hamel couldn't get a hold of it. Santerre will dump it in as Maynard comes back to the Charlottetown zone behind the net. Nice to see him back out on the ice. He'll fire it out towards neutral territory. Baker back in the
zone. Santerre tries to receive. And bringing it back will be Cape Breton through center ice. That's LaRose. He'll turn it over quickly, back reversing. Will be Gill, almost a collision there, stepping in. There's Gill with a snapshot. Toe save made off the right pad. And we've got the puck cleared back to center ice. William Gramard played 25 games approximately last year for the Eagles and made a pretty good account for himself. He's their number one guy, but Mandolise, he was at the top of the end of the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League as far as goaltenders were concerned last season.
And earned himself a nice little contract for the season that he put forth.
There's Budgell now, stick handles in, tries to fire the shot. Fans of the first attempt, and an acute angle shot low on that stick side. Gramard is going to shut it down. Isles will keep it in. In around the boards it'll go. Casey with a back-to-back multi-point game weekend. Last weekend between Moncton, the game in Moncton and the game in St. John. 2 goals against Moncton, 2 assists against St. John. As the puck is at center ice, Kidney tries to jab at it. Here's Budgell now, shakes his way by one and in from 30 feet. Snapshot, rebound again, cleared off Some bounds played by Grimard early in the hockey game.
11-1 shots on goal, so that's a little indicative of how the play's gone so far here for the Islanders.
Here's going to be Kidney, again now on the edge of the play. Tries to go up top with it. D-to-D pass. Noah Welch fires a shot wide off the goal, trying to get to it. It's going to be Albert. Doesn't grab it onto his stick, still off the end boards. The NHL's most recent NHL draft pick. That's Lucas Cormier, who will play the puck through center ice for Casey now. Shakes off of one. Brings it in 2-on-2. Snaps it. That one off the pillows of the goaltender. The stoppage in play. 9 seconds away from the midway point of the opening period. 9:51 we played. No scoring yet, but as you indicated, the shots on goal, wide advantage Charlottetown Islanders.
Well, the Islanders certainly, with some putting the puck on net, good things will happen as you see Brendan McCarthy with his first action as a Charlottetown Islander in the lineup here at the start of his season in his career, wearing number 27 on the right wing for the Charlottetown Islanders.
Cole Fraser tries to grab it. He'll fire it off and a chip and charge through center ice, controlling Plendowski along the right wing boards inside his own zone, curls it across the ice. There's Trudeau now. He'll hand it off for Plendowski in front of the Islanders goaltender. Being, of course, Colton Ellis sent through center ice. Pass is not going to be completed out of play. They have, I do believe, city regulations, Nova Scotia. Media jacket on, and everybody had to fire out the media pass.
No, they knew the voice when you came charging
Well, I
in.
tell you what, it didn't work.
The old American Hockey League days.
It didn't work all that well in Shawinigan last year.
I thought Cape Breton was my city, not yours.
No, you own this city here. There's no doubt about that. Steel City, downtown Sydney. Glad to be back here, of course, for a brace of games as the Isles will regroup deep inside the territory of the Eagles. Oliver tries to win it, but bringing it back through center ice. It will be Jack Campbell, the island native, will fire the puck in. Plendowski again curls in back. It's along the corner to the right of Colton Ellis. Isles regroup. Here's Trudeau. Tries to tap it along. Puck is still loose at the Islanders' top of the circle. Plendowski, no-look feed. Finally off that left wing, trying to bust back in again. It's going to be Ben Boyd. Again, trying to feed it off high to the right point. The Isles, some of their biggest physical attributes as far as the team is concerned comes from some of their younger players, Corey, and Boyd's right in the mix.
Yeah, I mean, he's a guy that has some size and some grit that brings to the lineup each and every night, and certainly a guy that Jim Holton will have time and space for to get in the lineup.
Tight angle shot off the right shoulder. Down is going to be the goaltender making the save, Grimard, who's looked sharp here. Isles again keeping the Eagles under pressure inside their own zone. Drifting shot wide, stick side of Grimard, kick back off the end boards. Trying to regroup there, Sean Element. And there's a pass, top feed through center ice. Trying to get to it is going to be Cape Breton deep inside the zone off the stick of Ryan Francis. Element and Francis, 16 and 24 for the Cape Breton Screaming Eagles are two of their biggest offensive threats. Yeah,
for sure. I mean, Ryan Francis is name called on Wednesday by the Calgary Flames. So, I mean, he's a guy that we've always liked his game, certainly, since coming into the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League. Sean Element and Felix Lafrance, easily the number one line here for the Cape Breton Screaming Eagles. And you look at the back end, two 20-year-old defensemen, and Baker and LaRose. LaRose with a fantastic season on the back end last year for the Eagles. So they still have some key pieces. It's depth. That's where teams separate themselves, and the Eagles with some youngsters in the lineup. Of course, 3 Islanders, and Logan Kelly-Murphy, Jacob Squires, and Jack Campbell.
Down low, Drew Johnston punished off. The puck rolls back into the play. LaRose. We don't have any stats for the game here. We're going to get them in between periods 1 and 2. We just arrived and opened up the mic, and we're calling the game for, again, our viewership, no matter where you're tuned in. Thanks for taking the time. As Johnson through to his own line now, tries to dip by a one off the logo. The puck was there, and bringing it right back in again. Santerre tries to get his man in back. There's a shot. Backhand shot. That one towards the goal. Save made as Davis Cooper was right in on the goaltender Colton Ellis, who drew him to the glove side and snuffed out the best scoring opportunity that the Eagles have had in the opening period.
Well, the former Halifax Mac, Davis Cooper, in one-on-one with Colton Ellis, and Ellis out challenging. The initial penalty was coming early. The Islanders, lucky they didn't get two called there, as there was a hack on Cooper in on Ellis, but Ellis just snuffs that out. So the Eagles will go to the power play. Shots on goal, 12-1 favoring the Charlottetown Islanders here. Not a whole lot of action deep inside the Islanders zone. Second puck on Colton Ellis here halfway through this first period.
So the Eagles to the manpower advantage. They had lots of firepower last year. On the power play, they were 10th in the league at 20.9, but again, pieces have changed up since last season.
Igor Sokolov, second-round pick, Ottawa Senators, as dominating as a player as we've seen in a few years in the queue. A man amongst boys.
Talking to a St. Louis scout in Charlottetown last season, he said he would never slip by the second round, and that was spot on.
A tree amongst twigs.
Yep. As it's going to be drifted now, what a play. And we've got the stoppage in play. 7:14 left in the opening period. No scoring, but again, we've got Cape Breton on the power play for 1:28 to open up the first power play opportunity of the hockey game.
That's why the boys have the safety glasses on the bench.
Everything's changed, man. You walk in here, and it's just a different atmosphere, and that doesn't surprise any of our viewership tonight and those people listening on ISLESradio.com that things have changed everywhere. And this is this league, the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League, one of the few hockey leagues that is active and alive in North America. Regrouping. Here comes Kelly Murphy. Ice wide feed off that right side, trying to get to it. As Cape Breton again regrouping, trying to find a seam. As Langlois does and tosses it in. In back off the trapezoid. Colton Ellis is a guy that likes to handle the puck as a goaltender.
Yeah, terrific at playing the puck. And for Ellis, it's that risk-reward element, too, when you stray from the crease. And it's early on in the season. You don't have the communication down with your defenseman, but that's such a bonus. Is almost a sixth player on the ice as Colton Ellis able to play the puck and make better passes than most.
Through center ice, it'll be fired in. Aubin trying to get to it. Cedric DeRusso is going to try to air it out, kept in high off the right point. Here is going to be Langlois, wide, top of the left circle along the sideboards. Dangles now, chips at it, rolls the puck, flutters it up into the slot area, intercepting Drew Johnston. But we talk about the physicality of the Islanders club. Drew Johnston, Drew Elliott, you've got Gill, you've got Boyd. Three of those players are in the age group of around 17 years of age.
Well, that's just it. I mean, this Islanders team has some strength up and down different age groups, but certainly still a young team.
Stepping in, Rister, that one is going to be knocked down off in front by Maynard, and the Isles find some leakage along the offensive blue line for Cape Breton, and they'll seep one all the way inside the Eagle zone. No scoring, 5:30 left in the opening, 5:35 left in the opening period. As we're back to 5-on-5 play, so the Isles have killed off the first power play. Through center ice and in. Ryan Francis tries to slither through, rolls the puck right to Colton Ellis, and he will hold on for a stoppage and play. No scoring, 5:25 left here in the opening period. Again, just a reminder, those tuned in tonight, we will be on the air tomorrow night in Ocean 100 with a live coverage of Saturday night hockey, tip to tip on PEI and throughout the Maritimes here on Cape Breton Island. And as well in other parts of the Maritimes. It's great to have that coverage of major junior hockey that touches all of the Maritime provinces.
Yeah, you're right. In the Maritime bubble is certainly it's going to have an opportunity to have some big-time rivalries here in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League. And, you know, walking into the Center 200, the freshness and the smell in the air, and it just feels like hockey time. I mean, it's a bit of a chill up here in the broadcast booth, but the ice looks great. And
chill of excitement here.
Yeah, chill of excitement. People are just happy to be back in the stands.
Yes, they are.
And out of their houses.
Everybody's so helpful here tonight.
But the masks are on and following precautions here at the same time.
Every place you go, you've got hand cleanser available to you. So we've only been in here for about 15 minutes, and we've called about 14 minutes of action here in the building. So Oscar Plendowski, nice story starting out past his rookie season here, sophomore season in the Q. As we said, he's got a couple of points in his first two games. He's seems like it's an effortless game for him to play because of his skating. High off the left point. Cole Fraser will keep it in. Off the yellow kick plate. And it's 5-on-5 play. Eagles will toss it down low near corner stick side of Colton Ellis. In back, Cole Fraser. He raced off the puck by nice physical presence there by William Trudeau, who plays it back between the blue lines. It's turned over. Noah Welch. Matt Welch's younger brother almost scored in his own goaltender on that one as the puck is loose off the end boards. Digging it, continuing to try to hustle for it is going to be Boyd. It's jarred loose to the near point. Here's the league's top scorer, Cormier, with a shot. And that one is going to be tucked aside by the goaltender, William Grimard. As we have Cormier, 2 goals and 4 assists in the first 2 games of play. Trying to feed it in front. Shot, scores! Islanders. McCarthy, I do believe, is going to be on the board with possibly his first shot in major junior hockey.
And it's in the net. And great job by McCarthy along the half wall to create the traffic and keep it in. Gets it up high for Lucas Cormier. Cormier can't find an opening. He doesn't blast it in the shin pads. There's a reason why he's drafted in the 3rd round. It's his IQ to go along with his skill set. Sends it deep, and Brendan McCarthy bumps off a couple. And he's able to work it around and just a seeing eye shot through the arm of William Grimard, and the Islanders rewarded after a good start. 13-2 shots on goal, and they lead by a score of 1-0.
So the Isles on the board first, and when scoring first, the Isles are 1-0 in the season. Moncton, they fell behind by 2, and we're up by 4 in St. John. Now trying to dangle back in. Nice stick check there by Cormier on the play of Aubin. Reversing quickly now through center ice. Here's Casey off the checkered red line. Rolls the puck back in. Baker takes a look. Drives it off the left shoulder, and it's rattled around. Back up high off that right wing, Aubin. 3 wide. It'll be Cape Breton on the soft pass. Trying to bring it in. There's a shot. Kidney is going to get it away. Rebound is going to roll right down in between the wickets of the goaltender, but the denial and the save made by Colton Ellis as he will freeze frame the puck and hold on.
And Brendan McCarthy will indeed pick up his first career Q goal here. A great for Brett Budgell, a teammate of Brett growing up in Newfoundland. And last year it was McCarthy who played Junior A in Ontario. Of course, with the Europeans not being able to come in, one opportunity to miss opens up a door for another. And Brendan McCarthy acquired from the Shawinigan Cataracts for a draft pick to give some depth to the Islanders, and right now only carrying 12 forwards. And McCarthy, who sat out the first 2 games on the weekend, gets in, and his 2nd or 3rd shift in major juniors in the back of the net. Not a bad start from the Newfoundlander.
Yeah, as we said to our viewership, we don't have any stats here, but it looks like Felix Tremblay.
He's out.
He's out. Now again, the Isles right to the attack. Charlottetown 2-0 to open up the season. Cape Breton in a couple of matches against Halifax. They've got 3 points out of 4, 1-0-1. Through center ice, the hammer. Hamel is going to fire the puck back in again. Here's going to be a shot by Gill, looking to get his own rebound. In there, the Drews are trying to generate some energy. Drew Elliott and Drew Johnston, centered by Gill. Now Gill is going to have the defenseman drop down as the puck is going to be sent back to center ice. As the Islanders again try to recontrol. Maynard off the center ice logo. It's going to be stripped off of his stick. Both teams battle hard in front of the penalty box as the puck is going to be rolled back inside the Cape Breton zone. For those listening to the audio, Isles in this opening period wearing their road whites, black shoulder tops, harvest gold trim. They will attack on your dial 11, left to right through center ice now. Here is going to be an opportunity for Ryan Francis. A little tug put on him. Down he goes. For Rose is going to be worked off the puck. DeRusso trying to play it off the skate there of Cormier, who cuts back inside his own zone. Quickly now. Beauregard, quick out. That one just beyond the reach of Patrick LeBlanc, who resets the play deep off the end boards in back of the Cape Breton net. Beauregard in there, looking for the puck on the fringe to come loose. Back to Noah Lowen, center point. There's Cormier with a shot. That one is going to trickle wide on a redirection to the left corner. Again, it's loose. Good power shift here by the Islanders. The Isles, from what we've seen here, Corey, have looked pretty strong here this opening period.
Yeah, and for Jim Holton, he wouldn't be happy with the shot totals on the weekend. And the big thing with Jim is pucks on net, create your own rebounds, create your own passes. And for the Islanders right now, just getting pucks in on William Grimard, 15-3 shots on goal. Islanders up by a score of 1-0. And for Jim Holton, he's got the luxury right now, every line playing well, just rolling it through. 6 defense. This Cape Breton Screaming Eagles team unable to generate a whole lot of offense. I mean, you have to be aware when Francis, Element, and LaFrance is on the ice, and then after that, you're probably able to take a few chances.
From our left, the Isles regroup inside their own blue line. And a breakout fade. That one is off the stick of Squires. Here's Camp inside his own territory. Back for Squires again. He'll drift it in right to Colton Ellis. He'll try to nudge it around the left wing boards. As Boyd doesn't rope it onto his stick. There's Trudeau deep inside the zone, in back of the goal. Oscar Plendowski up off that right wing. Trying to drive back in again. The game's lone goal scorer, McCarthy, gives it a grip and a rip wide, low to the glove side of the goaltender, William Grimard. As again now the Eagles inside their own territory, touch pass, and they'll look to bring it back through center ice. That is going to be Cape Breton in off that left side. Cole Frazier, he's going to lose all 4 edges, and the Isles leading 1-0. Little look-see feed back for McCarthy at his own line. As we have 1 minute left in the opening period, Isles will take it. They're up 1-0. Huge shots on goal advantage in favor of Charlottetown. Budgel off the trapezoid as it's smoked off of his stick. Huck is going to roll back into the neutral zone. Again, Charlottetown eventually will have Lucas Cormier. He with a look-see feed up off the right side. There's Lowen now. Tries to get a step in back. Feeds it right off in front with an edge of the goal pass that just doesn't click. Again now, here is going to be Cormier. Dips and dives. Tries to roll it. This one is going to be deflected wide, stick side of William Grimard. Cape Breton regroups. This one now sent back through center ice. Rolls all the way down. Back blocker's side. Icing the call. 18.3 left in the opening period. Isles leading 1-0 off the first goal of the season. First shot on goal by McCarthy. And the Isles again on the board. 1-0.
You talk about the Isles viewing parties around the island. Of course, everybody getting excited for Islanders hockey. There's a big one here tonight, George. Kipton Alward celebrating his birthday party on behalf of the Charlottetown Islanders here tonight at the factory. It hasn't been an easy goal for the Alward family over the last little bit, but Brett Budgel with a terrific invite, and the Alward family is certainly excited to celebrate Kipton's birthday. Kipton, a big hockey fan as well, and there was a lot of well wishes going his way. I actually got to meet Kipton's grandmother when we were doing the Sobeys renovation in Stratford. So, Kipton, we're thinking about you and your family, and we're hoping that you're enjoying your birthday party here tonight, and hopefully the Islanders can pick up a big couple of points to make it a little bit extra sweet.
Well, the Arsenault Brothers construction certainly gives you a certain platform in the city, Corey. You're become a very valuable person in the city as the buzzer sounds to end the opening period. So much construction going on. Of course, you connect now dots with many, but again, glad to get on the air to wish that opening period happy birthday. For those, again, tuned in on the viewing parties, both at the factory in downtown Charlottetown and as well Boston Pizza. So it is a 1-0 game in favor of the Charlottetown Islanders after the opening period. This is only game 3, and when scoring first, the Islanders are 1-0 in action so far. So Isles 1, the Eagles nothing after the opening 20 minutes. We'll be back with the second period action coming your way in about 15 minutes. You're watching, listening to Fair Isle Ford, Charlottetown Islanders hockey. Welcome back to Center 200. George Matthews, Corey Arsenault with you to bring you the second period of play here in downtown Sydney from Center 200. Islanders leading 1-0 after the opening first point, first goal, first shot on goal for the Charlottetown Islanders. And it's going to be Brendan McCarthy for the Islanders, giving the Isles a 1-0 lead. And who else but getting a point is going to be Lucas Cormier, league leading 7th point. You look at last year, all the injuries he went through and the struggles to try to regain his game feel. And last year was his draft year. This year, obviously, he was drafted just the other day by the Vegas Golden Knights, going in the 3rd round. But with a start like this, if he had been given perhaps a little bit more of a leeway to build up to this draft that we had this week, people would take notice of this.
Well, and I think for Lucas Cormier, now the pressure of the draft is behind him, and the real work starts now. I mean, you're
Isles leading 1-0 early in this second period. Onside is going to be Gallant trying to play it across off in front for Casey. That pass nicely broken. The puck is again sent back between the blue lines. Here's Baker, but offside will be the call against the Cape Breton Eagles. Isles lead 1-0. McCarthy his first again from Cormier. A team league leading 7th point. Isles 16-3, the shots on vantage in the road in the opening period. And the Eagles go 0 for 1 on the power play. That's the first period summary. Brought to you by Arsenault Brothers Construction.
Wow. We got that part of the sponsorship deal as well.
Big deal.
The cash that keeps on giving.
Exactly. You just haven't been billed yet. Back in off the right side, trying to drive in as LeBlanc. There is going to be DeRusso in back of the net off the trapezoid. It's chopped up high. There's Trudeau now from 45 feet. Bunted down. Puck is still loose, stick side. As it's drawn back to the left point again. Trudeau snaps one to the goal up top. Up over the iron. As trying to get the puck cleared out. Not successful. Is going to be Kidney. The puck again high from that right wing. Tucked free back on the stick of Boyd. He'll play it off the yellow kick plate in back. As the Eagles under pressure here. An impressive opening period by the Islanders on the road in period number 1, and they've continued here in the second, that game's second goal. Time against St. John last Saturday night, a game which they're happy with the win, but they were up in the game 4-0 at one point, as the penalty's about to be called against Cape Breton, I do believe, but they gave up a couple of power play opportunities in the second half of the hockey game to have St. John capitalize, and I think Jim Holton realizing that the club, though it's early in the season, looking for greater discipline.
Well, you're right, but what a hockey game that was.
Yeah.
I mean, a little bit of everything, power play goals, fights, heavy checks. Yeah, just a preview of what the next 11 could be like between those two teams.
Oh, man.
Terrific game. Probably not terrific for the coaching staff,
No.
but terrific to call, that's for sure.
Well, you're up 4-0. You're not happy that it eventually ends up 6-5. You're not happy when you fall behind 4-0. You're happy that you come back to tie. Not happy you take a late penalty to lose it. So
Emotions.
It was a roller coaster. No doubt about that. Isles at the power play with Cormier, Plandowski. Backdoor pass for Cedric DeRusso. Has a head fake with it. Shoulder shakes by another. Looks to set it back up for Budgel. High to the left point for Cormier. Rides the line, goes D to D right side. It gets away from Casey. Isles maintain control. Budgel cycles with it. Or Cedric DeRusso, half wing, right wing to the near center point. Back for Cormier. Cormier already with a point here in the Isles 1-0 lead. Bunts it down low again for Budgel. He's going to try now to seam one right off in front. That one, a post-to-post pass that is not going to be completed. Ends up echoing all the way back down deep to our right. Where DeRusso again for the Islanders. For Budgel, board side off the left wing. Trying to drag the puck in. It's inside the zone. Puck along the wall. Tucked back to just outside the Islanders' blue line where we have, again, Noah Lowen. Lowen regathering back up again. Isles in the power play with 50 seconds left in it. Here is going to be Cormier. Tucks by a check. Drags the puck in right to the center point. Kept in off the blue line from 64 feet. Down low. Trying to get to it is Patrick LeBlanc. LeBlanc to the edge off the circle. In front. Toe save, man. Rebound. He is going to be tossed all the way back down deep to our right. In back of the goaltender, Colton Ellis.
I've liked Patrick LeBlanc's start to the season. And right there, I mean, last year you didn't see Patrick LeBlanc put a shoulder down and knock a defender down. That is just strength, confidence, and then a perfect pass for Oliver, just missed.
Here's Gill trying to center drive back in right to the goaltender, but LeBlanc doesn't look like the same player. In off that left wing, it's McCarthy again. Mid-blue line area to Lowen. Out of the right side is Trudeau. He backs it up high to the slot, to the face-off dot, trying to drag it into the slot is going to be Charlottetown's LeBlanc. He is going to loop with it, sets it up. There's a table shot on that table center off the stick of Trudeau, who got it in the wheelhouse, but wide. Isles lead 1-0, 0 for 1 in the power play. Eagles are 0 for 1 as well. This one off the center ice circle. Camp right back in again. He's going to drift in off the left wing corner, wide blocker's side of Colton Ellis. There's Trudeau off the end boards. Again, both teams are in the mix in back of the goal. As we have it tapped around by Trudeau. Isles inside their own territory. McCarthy airmails it just outside of the Cape Breton blue line. Regrouping. Circles. Ends up loose all the way back for Casey. Here's Casey in off the left side. Drop door pass. Trying to get to it. Here in Gallant. As this one is too hot to handle. Sent all the way back down again. An icing call against the Charlottetown Islanders. So we've got a stoppage in play. With a broadcast timeout. We will stay with you here from Center 200. But when you look at the Islanders so far, 7 periods plus of your PEI representative in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League, the Charlottetown Islanders. What do you think, Corey?
Well, just, a balanced attack. Been 120 minutes, now 140 plus minutes, but that's what it's going to take, a team effort. You can't just rely on the one line, and you see Jim Holton spreading out the offense here a little bit. Kieran Gallant getting an opportunity with Brett Budgell and Thomas Casey, and then Beauregard with DeRousseau and Patrick LeBlanc on that second line. So for the Islanders, goaltending has always been the number one recipe for success in Charlottetown, and that's certainly going to continue this year. And, of course, Jacob Gooby and Nick Ruccia, the rookie 16-year-old, and Gooby, the first goaltender picked last year, will start tomorrow night.
Islanders, since I've had a chance to watch them play, always seem to have goaltending has never really been a weakness of the franchise. And many times it's been a strength. They've had some dandies. Antoine Bibeau, as it's at a play here, into the crowd in Sydney. You've had Bibeau, you've had Matt Welch, now Colton Ellis this season. These are pillar-type positional players. And it's made some coaches look pretty good and some broadcasts sound better than perhaps they normally would.
That doesn't take much.
No, anyway, 14:42 left in this second period. Rousseau left side. Beauregard takes looks like a face wash or a stick to the face, cleared back in deep inside the Cape Breton zone. Shots on goal in the hockey game, 18-4 in favor of the road team Islanders. There's a drive, and it's going to flea flicker to the goal, drains in back, and Isles try to get to it in back. Knocked down on the play of Cedric DeRousseau, as it's going to be drifted back into the center ice zone. Beauregard will tap it back for Cormier across the ice. No allowing. Looks, peeks, tries then to maneuver with it through center ice, drifts the puck in, blocking to the glove side of the goaltender. As it's coming loose, high to that right point. Grimard looks off his right shoulder. It's still loose. In back of Squires. That's going to be Jacob Squires for the Cape Breton Eagles. Puck off the yellow kick plate in back. Trying to get it cleared out. They do. As Davis Cooper hasn't gathered on his stick. Isles regroup. Beauregard. Rink wide fade. Beyond the reach of Cedric DeRousseau. Isles out trying to forecheck. Here's DeRousseau on a 2-on-1. It looks like, little toe drag. Puck left high. Top of the right circle from 35 feet. There's going to be McCarthy again. Right in the offensive line is no allowing. Back for Cormier. Bats it in back. And this one a bounce back almost off of Grimard and in. Isles again trying to establish a 2-0 lead. There's a drive. That one off the leggings of the goaltender. Ends up in the corner to Grimard's left. Isles again hunting the puck down. Cormier in a give and go. Tight angle. And this one is angled back of the goaltender. Regrouping there is going to be Aubin for the Eagles. Tries to play it out up off that right wing. Oliver ends up with it. Drains it back in again. There's going to be McCarthy now shouldering. Trying to gain control of the puck. And Isles off the wall coming in. There's a shot short side off the iron on that low glove side of the goaltender. Again, Isles to the attack. And a carom shot as Boyd tries to get it to the net. Here's Plendowski. There's a look-see feed pass as Cape Breton on the read. Will try to intercept it. Cooper now trying to drive again as Boyd. And he'll bust his man down. as it'll be Canning who is knocked down to the play. Finally, Cape Breton down 1-0. We'll play it coast to coast with 12:29 left in this second period. Game going pretty quick here, Corey.
Well, that's not a bad thing, as the Islanders putting some quick pressure on the Cape Breton Screaming Eagles. You're going to see the Eagles call a timeout. I mean, that's great pressure in the defensive zone, and the referee signals timeout as the Eagles, with some tired players on the ice, and the Islanders throw their top line out. That's a quick timeout for the head coach of the Eagles, and so the Islanders will get a chance to talk things over here. But, I mean, on the forecheck, that's the big thing here right now. Closing gaps, getting in on pucks. They're the hungrier of the two teams here right now.
Yeah, no, there's no question about that. Of course, the game flying by, Corey, much like we flew over with the president of operations, Craig Foster. Terrific on the outside turn. He didn't stymie too much in passing too many people. He got us here almost in the puck drop. Quickest time that I've made it to Cape Breton in
we
my
left at
memory.
3 o'clock.
Yeah. I said we fishtailed a couple of times. I didn't feel that there was any back tires on the pavement. Nevertheless, we're here. Luckily, we got here.
Now, there's a reason why when he's driving you call it air pause.
Anyway, the game is quick, and we were quick getting over here. Not sure if you or I were driving, we'd be here for the third period. As the puck comes out down the right side, LaFrance now to 2-on-1. One quickly. Oh, nice save. As holding patiently on that glove side is going to be Colton Ellis. And, you know, a younger goaltender on a read and react play there might have felt that, in fact, there's going to be a goal-wide pass there. But he stays high off that glove side, plays the shooter one-on-one. The defenseman plays off the other attacking forward. It develops goaltender against shooter. Nicely played.
And the top line was out, so the Islanders had their third pairing on, and Ryan Maynard, he bid on that one. And if LaFrance, good back check there by Thomas Casey to get back to take away the lane. And for Colton Ellis, not much to shoot on there.
As we've got Cormier, league leading 7th point, in on the only goal off the stick of Brendan McCarthy, who on his first shot scores his first major junior goal. Onside it looked like, as Sean Element. As here's Ryan Francis now, dangles in back, out blocker side, goes right across the blue with it. There's Element with a shot, wires it wide. On a quick rip there that goes wide to the glove side of Colton Ellis. That's a nice combination for Cape Breton and Element and Francis. Element knocks it down again. Isles, though, will try to punish off the puck. It does come loose. Lowen in back. Here's going to be Gallant. Aaron Gallant tries to drag it along the kick plate off that right wing. Doesn't advance it out. Turning the play back is LaFrance. Quick snap shot. It rolls off the stick of Kidney. Doesn't get much on it. And again, cutting back inside his own zone is going to be Budgel. Budgel off the right wing boards. Taps it outside of the zone. Right back in again is Baker. Rerouting. Bust by Cormier to the goal. Then swings in front. Scores! Nice play. Baker sets it up across. And it could be Kidney who's going to take that edge of the goal pass. That will tie the hockey game up at 1 apiece.
The Islanders off the timeout. That's the best shift of the hockey game for the Eagles. But Brett Budgel, at the end of a long shift, he's got to know better. That puck's got to get out. It's a soft backhand. Puck's turned over, and next thing you know, there's no gas coming back, and you know where that ends up, in the back of the net. All Eagles dominating over that last minute. Their 7th shot on net off a turnover, and we're tied up at 1.
Best shift of the hockey game without question by Cape Breton. And the Eagles have tied it up at 1 apiece.
2 or 3 times an opportunity to get the puck out, and it's turned over. And with that big line out, that's the line you have to be aware of. And just like that, all the domination the Islanders have had in this hockey game, and we're knotted up at 1.
This is why going green for the broadcast really doesn't work. I'm still looking for the Cape Breton Screaming Eagles stats as we, let's see. Looking at Kidney with his 2nd of the season. And it's a 1-1 game. Isles right back to the attack, though. They fired. Snapshot wide, stick side of the goaltender. Grimard. Here's Trudeau, tipped off in front by Gill. He positions himself, big-bodied player. Hard to punish off the puck. Drew Johnston, he's up in it. As the puck is squeezed along the wall. And now the Isles, Trenholm trying to force the issue. Isles trying to get back here. As Gill forcing the issue. Right back again, it rolls to Gill, or rather, not to Colton Ellis. In front, there's a shot off the chest protector of the goaltender, and it rolls right down and off that stick side. The save will be made by Colton Ellis. As when you look at Gill, 6 foot 197. And he positions himself. He's strong in the skates.
Yeah, 17 years old. I mean, he's going to be a man amongst boys once he gets a little bit older here. But you're right, very solid. And it's Liam Kidney's second of the season. Jarrett Baker and Emile Hegarty-Aubin with the assists. Tied up at 1.
Yep, Baker doing a lot of the work on that one.
He created the turnover.
Yep, lugged it in off that left wing and maneuvered by the Isles defense to send it across off in front. Here back the other way is LeBlanc. Nice shot there. He tried to go rooftop underneath the crossbar, short side, thinking that Grimard might cheat away, and he just couldn't bury it. Sent all the way back down again. Ryan Menard has the puck ripped away from him. As Camp works the far corner, stick side of the goaltender, Colton Ellis. It's dug free. Tap back down again. Here's going to be Logan Camp. Works it high to the slot. And we've got a power play coming to the Cape Breton Eagles. They're second of the hockey game as they try to take their first lead. 9:34 left in this second period, beyond the halfway point of regulation time in a 1-1 hockey game with the Isles out.
With a tight angle shot. He nearly caught Grimard napping. He pulled off that post, and there was a little bit of room there. He's able to come back and just get a piece of it. Patrick LeBlanc, I mean, the confidence is night and day from what I see in his game since last year to this point now. And, you know, that goes a long way, and being patient with kids, too. I mean, it takes kids different times to develop and become the player they were at minor hockey once you get to major. This is a minor hockey at major junior. And for Patrick LeBlanc, he's always been a guy that's been at the elite level amongst his peers here in the Maritimes. And the Islanders, it's a little bit of patience with them. You look at Rouen Aranda with players like Tyler Heinem. When he was 17 years old, he wasn't a star player. I'm not saying Patrick LeBlanc is going to be Tyler Heinem, but he's got a chance to be a player of that stature.
I want to continue on that thought with our next stoppage and play on LeBlanc. Puck drop to the right, off the stick side of Colton Ellis. LaFrance tries then to nudge it along off that near point. Ryan Francis in there as well. This one now is going to be drawing a bit of a lock up as the puck is worked off the far boards back to the near point. Here's Baker, doesn't release. Now he sends it across. They're trying to get the shot through. Here's LaRose, gets the second attempt as he knocks the puck down on the periphery. Here's LaRose again. Down to the near corner, sent ice wide. Back for Ryan Francis. He tries to drain one through congestion, as the puck will kick off the end corner, kept in high off the right point by Baker, as we've got the Eagles laying it around the woodwork into that corner to the right of Colton Ellis. Isles then try to scuff it around again off the right point. Baker trying to go ice wide for Francis. They're trying to steal is going to be Gallant on LaRose as the puck is off the big circle at center ice, and LaRose again is going to fend off and continue to lead it back. Here comes LaRose. Nathan LaRose for Cape Breton. Backsided pass for Ryan Francis, who rides the offensive line. 40 feet away is LaRose. Dangles high to the left point again. There's Francis from 62 feet. Sends it across for Baker, who was instrumental in the first goal for Cape Breton. Across this is going to be flickered wide in a direction by Cape Breton. Man, that last time out by the Eagles, or the second last time out by the Eagles, making a difference here right now as they've come back territorially. As we've got again on the power play for Cape Breton. It's worked high off that right side. Francis down low off the goal line. In back, there's LaFrance, curls on it now. Back for Francis from 35 feet. He sets it back up for LaFrance, trying to turn it back. In back of the goal is Sean Element. Element again now. He'll knock down Cormier as the puck is not going to be kept in by inches, as it'll be sent back out again. LaRose sends it across. And finally, we've got the stoppage in play with 1 second left. There we go.
We're moved to a new location, but it's the same I-beam that's running right straight in front of us here.
And we're talking about some serious constructive iron steel right in front of us. But back to Patrick LeBlanc. 4 points in last season, 1-3. But the confidence is taken a huge springboard here to this season. Why?
Well, it's about maturing as a young man, for one. All of a sudden, he's a year older. A little bit more confident. It's not easy for kids coming in a new situation, a new home, a new league. and expectations are high as well. So, I mean, it just looks like, for Patrick, it looks like a weight's off his shoulders. He's skating well. He's always had great vision. And he's a playmaker. He can shoot the puck as well. And the game's starting to look easy to him. And it looks like he's having fun out there as well.
So play resuming outside of the
he's a big part of this team.
He's certainly, I continue to use the word here in the early part of the season, and it's a key one because it's the season starting anew for everybody, but for the younger players, as they try to take that next step, we're in the middle of the road, trying to take the step above from what they did last year. That level of confidence, the confidence is the big thing.
Well, I mean, at 16 years old, the kid in St. John had 15 points in the last game to win the scoring race, and LeBlanc was the best player on the PEI New Brunswick Major League. He comes over here after putting up 2 points a game, and it takes him 40 games to score a goal, and it just didn't look like he was having fun.
No.
The weight of the world was on his shoulders.
It was a struggle.
And listen, he's 17 years old. It's not easy. There's a lot of other Patrick LeBlancs out there.
Yeah, not an easy league to step into. As the puck now inside the Eagle zone.
But to persevere and continue to work with it, that's a credit to him.
Yeah, again, he deserves credit because you know what? He does look like a different player here. Here's LeBlanc. As he's being worked off the puck right corner inside the offensive zone, but stays in the hunt for it. Tries to tap at it. Puck is cleared by Kidney, but not out. Swept at into traffic and finally bounces away from Beauregard into the center ice area. DeRusso again regathers back up again. Curls inside his own zone in a 1-1 hockey game. Being hounded down by Trent Holm. Here finally is going to be Cedric DeRusso. He'll crank it off the back wall and behind Colton Ellis. Ellis with a big save on a 2-on-1 here. 2-on-2, eventually 2-on-1. Now stealing right back in again is Kidney. He hasn't been severely tested here, but he's made a couple of good saves for the Islanders in a 1-1 battle. Oliver tried to stick handle by a one, leaves the puck behind. Aubin right back in again, rooftop and up over the end zone netting. 6:21 left in this second period in a 1-1 hockey game between the Eagles and the Isles. Again, tomorrow night, we'll be on the air. Ocean 100, tip-to-tip on PEI, Cape Breton Island, and throughout the Maritimes. As we spread the word of Charlottetown Islanders hockey and the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League. As a number of fans certainly cannot get to these games this year. And the media will play a key role here.
No, 100%. And for the Islanders, the biggest play of this period has been the timeout by Jake Grimes. Calls that timeout, and the Eagles, after the Islanders at that point, out shooting the Eagles 20-4. It's been all the Eagles.
Right back in, trying to stick handle maneuver. This went into the belly pad of the goaltender as McCarthy took a look, and on the delay decided to fire towards the goal. But William Grimard, who proved himself to be a Q goaltender last year, playing perhaps more than what people expected as far as Cape Breton was concerned, especially when you have Mandolise. But Mandolise suffering a high ankle injury. He got in around 30 games, I do believe, and made a good account of himself. So it's 1-1 here. Just over 6 minutes left in this second period. Ryan Menard with a shot, or Maynard rather with a shot. Here is going to be an attempt by Boyd to muscle through congestion along the goal line to the near point. Maynard again as it's tapped back outside of the Cape Breton line. Anthony Hamel is going to punch it back in again off the back wall. Here comes Squires for Cape Breton through center ice. Nice feed. Trying to bust back in again, looking to get to it. Centera as we have Cormier regrouping for the Islanders for Noah Lowen. Left side and in. Sideboards, Boyd, tape to tape, right off in front. Toe drag save made. What a stop. That one a snow angel save made by the goaltender, and a dandy by Grimard, dragging that right pad off the toe, and he denies the Isles' second goal.
Wow, great play, a little give and go, and Ben Boyd shows a nice little touch right there, feathers it through to Noah Lowen, and Lowen with the feather pass in front, and Drew Elliott just got a
Breton was bringing the game back into their focus, it looked like, as they had control of the play for about 7 or 8 minutes. Scoring, and then right after that, a power play attempt that they, again, territorially control. But tomorrow night, we're going to see the non-starting goaltenders for both teams in action here tonight for the fans in attendance, those tuned into Ocean 100. But we're going to have Jacob Gooby getting his first start this season. Of course, a big day for the NHL. Latest acquisition. You and Aiden Northcott will be pretty happy with that, I do believe.
TJ Brody, 4 years, $5 million a year.
Yeah. Leaf fans in the office. As high off the left point, there's Cormier. Cross point fade for Cedric DeRusso. Mid blue line. And now Cormier will work it. Power play for the Islanders. Their second of the period in game. Here's going to be an opportunity around the horn. It'll go for Cedric DeRusso. Back for Cormier again. Isles looking to take their second lead. There's a shot deflected off in front. Right across the goal, it'll go. That one a crease wide pass that off the stick of Casey just doesn't connect. In back now the Islanders. Here is 7-point defenseman Lucas Cormier. Drop door pass. Oscar Plendowski. He shimmy shakes in off that center drive, trying to hand it back for Budgel, eventually off in front. This one broken back up again by Sean Element. And we've got Cape Breton bringing it back. Tapped off the stick by Cormier. Then rattled around by LaRose as we have Plendowski and Cormier. What does that say, Plendowski and Cormier in that first power play?
Well, two puck-moving defensemen, that's what it says to me. And for Plendowski, I mean, they dropped the parcel to him. And with his steals, he's able to zigzag through traffic.
Here's Casey.
Effortlessly.
Yeah, Casey tries to drive back in again. Sends it around the framework. Nice job by Cape Breton. Right back down to Colton Ellis in a 1-1 game. Isles in the power play, second power play. 39 seconds left as we look through the steal here at center 200. Right back in again. Trying to read and react with it is Trudeau. He's toppled to the ice. And Cape Breton will find the loose disc on their stick. And they'll park it all the way back down to the right of Colton Ellis. Last bit of gas left in the tank here. Here's Big Gill now through center ice, the Montreal native for LeBlanc. Eventually there's a shot. That one by Oliver, the St. John native, trying to get it to the goal. Oliver with a great rookie camp. Had 4 goals in training camp, did he not?
Yeah, 3 in Bathurst. I know the one game. You're right. I think it's in around 4. He's got a great shot.
Yeah. So he's still looking to get on track here.
But time and space is a little bit different in regular season.
It's a full second every level you move up. Here comes LeBlanc. Nice glide and stride in back of the net. Has control back to 5-on-5 play. So both teams are 0 for 2 in the power play. It's golfed at, sent through center ice. Trying to bring it back in. Santerre again now. He leaves the puck behind. Losing an edge as Beauregard stays afloat with it though. Right trying to drive in. Langlois into the right corner. Brings it up high into the slot area. Isles quickly reverse. It is 1-1. In off the left wing. Beauregard. Up high now. Back to Drew Johnston. Johnston along the wall. Plays the puck down low. In off the end zone. Backboards. Trying to take possession as Squires. He's knocked down in front. Elliott with a drive. And he's got a great shot when he gets it in the crosshairs. Back out to the right point. There's Lowen. There's a drive that's going to be knocked down. Quickly now. There's Logan Camp to the offensive blue line. Offside will be the call. 2:21 left in this second period in a 1-1 hockey game. Both teams 0 for 2 on the power play with the Islanders out shooting Cape Breton 24-8.
No allowing. He hits the shin pads there, but there's nobody's going to hustle him back to the puck. And Logan Camp had 3 strides on him, and Lowen's able to power back to create the turnover here as the Islanders trying to get back to the work of grinding it down low. And you talk about that turnover in behind. Drew Johnson with the physical play creates a turnover in front. Drew Elliott just didn't get great wood on that one. Kind of rolled off the end of his stick, or else it's 2-1.
This one now is going to be gunned in. Alamo with a drive. That one is not going to beat the goaltender. Colton Ellis, as we have through center ice. Baker intercepting. Pitches it right back on a bounce in right to the goaltender. And Ellis off that stick side is going to hold on again. Tomorrow night we will go tip to tip on PEI. Across the province on Ocean 100. We're on the air 15 minutes, approximately 15 to 17 minutes before puck drop. And it'll be right back here at Center 200 against Cape Breton. And again, a shout out for those at the factory in Boston Pizza tonight. Some viewing parties to follow their Charlottetown Islanders. Those games as spread eagling and tucking it aside as Colton Ellis all season long, home and on the road. You can catch the games on the Q site in downtown Charlottetown, at the factory, and out at Boston Pizza as well. Element gives the puck away. Isles quickly try to bring it back. There's going to be Cedric DeRusso. It's going to be golfed off of his stick. Offside will be the call against the Charlottetown Islanders. And the Isles home not this weekend, not next weekend, but the weekend after. Friday and Saturday night not doubleheader, but back-to-back, where they're playing on Friday and Saturday night. So around the 23rd, I do believe, of October, Isles, after having played 11 games on the road, preseason and regular season included, will finally find themselves at home. Hopefully, at this point. Baker. Up top he'll go. Left wing. There now. Little turn-away pass by Sam Oliver to the open left wing. Scoop back in again. As it's going to be lifted around the wall, sent all the way down, and a bank off. Play will not continue on with 1:03 left in the second period, as icing will be the call. So the latest acquisition in the NHL going, TJ Brody, is that correct?
Yeah, TJ Brody to the Leafs, 4 years, $20 million. Quite a bit of cash. That means someone's going to have to be on the way out. I mean, Pietrangelo is the guy that a lot of people would like to see, but they just can't do it. And I don't think Dubas wants to move Nylander. I mean, he gave him a verbal no trade, so if that happens, you know, there would be, you know what, hitting the fan. But they needed help in the back end. They think this Lettinen defenseman from the KHL, the Finn, is going to be a name to watch.
Did a great start to the finish.
TJ Brody was involved in that Kadri trade, and he had a no-move clause, and he said no to come to Toronto. You know why now? He's waiting for the big bucks.
Yeah, Beauregard turns it right back in. There's a drive knocked down. Bit of a difficulty of handling that wrister by Grimard. He sort of came across and caught it on the backhand side, and then sort of lost sight of the feel of the puck. It almost got away in front of him, which would have created a little crease chaos, but finally gets the handle on it and holds on.
Well, just more pucks on net and creating traffic, and Drew Johnson in front. Grimard has been busy. 25 stops here so far with 45.1 to go, 25-10 shots on goal, but 1-1 on the scoreboard is where it matters.
Budgel out for Charlottetown. Puck drop, glove side of William Grimard. Baker makes most likely the best play of the period to generate that first goal by Cape Breton as he drives down the wing. Here eventually is going to be Kieran Gallant. Oh, little head faking into the goal. Poke check. Oh, old style. Poke check by Grimard. In front again. Oh, what a save made. This one lightning with a legging on that stick side. Grimard, showstopper. And he keeps the game tied at 1 apiece.
That's the nicest save we've seen this year.
I guess so. Right back in as Budgel steps in. 5-hole. This one leaks underneath the goaltender. He holds on. 12.1 seconds. Isles with not one, not two, but three gifted scoring opportunities in the final 30 seconds of play, but they can't bury it.
Eat that upstairs, and William Grimard, I mean, stretches out, but how about the skill play by Kieran Gallant? I mean, on the top line, showing the hands off there and staying patient with the puck. Jim Holton loved his training camp. Everybody loves his work ethic, and Kieran Gallant with a nice play down low, gets across ice, and William Grimard, 2-3 big saves here late in this second period to keep it tied at 1.
100%.
Terrific stop.
Terrific stop. Terrific stop, and another terrific stop, and another terrific stop. Another shot ripped out again by DeRusso, but it's wide of the cage. This period will wind down, and looks like down. Another toe save made. My goodness, I'll tell you what. Laser-like with the legging again off that low stick side. So that kick save and a beauty, a couple of those by Grimard. He, in fact, made 2 here in the final 30 seconds. He's made a couple of others as well. Those legging saves. Looks like he's pretty good down low.
Well, and that's the storybook here, I would think, so far. And with 12.1 seconds to go, you didn't think there would be that many opportunities on Grimard. And 32-10. I mean, just less than a minute ago, you know, the Islanders with 7 shots in that last 63 seconds.
They peppered the Cape Breton goal. But they couldn't get that. They couldn't get a P by the goaltender in the final minute of play. As Corey said, 7 shots, and again shut down by terrific goaltending. 32-10. The shots on goal. Hometown team generating a flow in that second period for about 10 minutes to tie this game up. Back here at Center 200, George Matthews, Corey Arsenault with you. Shout out to those at the factory in downtown Charlottetown, Boston Pizza as well. Thanks for taking the time to watch the Charlottetown Islanders in a social area. I'm sure it's under all of the government allowed allowances, but nevertheless, it's great that the games are going to be on TV, both all home games and road games again, all season long. Boston Pizza and the factory downtown. 1-1 after the 40th minute of play, and I'll tell you what, the Charlottetown Islanders, they finished in a flurry trying to take their second lead. 7 shots in the last approximate 60 seconds. They are out shooting the Eagles 32-10 after 40, but William Grimard, I'll tell you what, he made one of a number of 4 or 5 shot saves that any of them could have gone in.
William Grimard trying to change his last name to Chad Arsenault.
And man, in front, there's a shot. Score! Snipe shot. My goodness, Boyd, his first in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League. That one, a bit of a roof job, as this one is going to be a little static in the attic for Ben Boyd and the Isles. Lead 2-1.
Oh, Ben Boyd throws the monkey off his back. This is only his 5th game, so he's putting a lot of pressure on himself, but gets a chance bumped up onto that top line with Budgel and Casey. And looked like a 30-goal sniper.
And what
in
a
the
shot.
Slot. That's 16 seconds in. Budgel wins the face-off. All about puck possession. In deep, pass up high in the slot. And Ben Boyd, you talk about ripping. I mean, Ben Boyd's a man-child regardless. But he let that one hum. Beats Grimard high to the blocker side, and the Islanders with a quick goal here. And, of course, they're checking the goal like all goals to make sure it wasn't offside.
6'3", 204 pounds, 5th-round pick, 75th overall in the 2019 Quebec Major Junior Hockey League draft, averaging almost a point a game last year in the Nova Scotia AAA Midget. 35 games, 17 and 16 for 33. So he's got some offensive touch to his game, and he showed it there. That is a terrific shot. This one is just, again, lasered, roped high blocker side, and Boyd with his first. So the Isles lead 2-1, second time. Gill back in again. He tries to sweep it across LaRose. So I got Casey. I didn't get the secondary assist.
Casey and Budgel.
Budgel, okay. Budgel and Casey with Boyd, his first. Nice shot. Nice shot.
Just what the doctor ordered here.
100%. Isles dominated in the last bit of play. In the last 6 or 7 minutes of the period. Now let's say the last 6 minutes. Couldn't, and really dominated in the last 90 seconds or thereabouts. So quickly to open up this third period. And this is a big period for the Islanders.
They need 2 points here tonight. I mean, they played well enough through 40 minutes. But it's a 60-minute game, and I credit the Eagles. I mean, they called that timeout. Jake Grimes did in the second after the Islanders were all over them. 30 seconds later, the puck's in the back of the net, and we're tied up at 1. The Islanders then were back at that gave the Eagles a little bit of momentum there for about 5 minutes of the second period. The Islanders with some big chances late. They carry that momentum over into early in the third period. And Grimard, if it wasn't for Grimard, it's about a 4-1 hockey game after the second period.
I mean, if you're just tuning in now, just watching, he made 3 to 4 great saves. A couple lightning legging saves in the final minute of play. And you don't see that much flurry of gifted opportunities to end up a period at any time of the season, at any level like you saw there in the final 60 seconds of play approximately. He looked like all world. Back high up the right point. Here's Hamel with a drifting shot, getting away. Rebound tucked in front again. A rebound off the pad of this time the left one. He has showcased that right pad numerous times here tonight and has the left pad on this one. And it's going to be tossed on a play eventually for a stoppage in play. And we've got the faceoff coming about for the Islanders. This is their third straight road game. They played 5 on the road in the preseason, so 8. They practice on PEI, but they don't play. And that will take place on October the 23rd. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's 23rd, 24th. And I know that because the big 4-0's coming up on the 24th, big boy.
And don't be telling me that. I still thought you were 30.
Bring your birthday tracksuit.
Jesus. Man, I
You
know.
got the tracksuit pressed here tonight.
I try to ignore. I got everything, including the. Do I have the socks on the sneakers? I'm not quite sure. You know, I try to avoid my own age. I start to
it's a big
feel
step.
real old.
It's a big step.
Real old when other people start to tell me they hit 40.
20 years ago, my first game on the bus to East Hants.
Goodness gracious! Now I've lost my focus.
I was probably 19 then.
I got a hoodie on here. I'm not wearing the general apparel. I think I'm just going to pull the hood on over and let you call the game here. My goodness, 40. Jeez. Okay. Anyway. Well, at 40, you still might be alive to see the Leafs win a Stanley Cup.
No.
That might happen for you. Here comes Gill. He's going to drive his man against the Cyborgs. I really like this group of 17-year-olds that we have here with Elliott and Boyd and Gill. They love that physical presence of the game, where the opponent has to be aware that they're on the ice because they're going to finish their check.
Jim Holton style, right?
It's
not rec hockey.
No, I'm sure he's loving. He and Guy Girard, Kevin Anderson, they're all enjoying the coaching of this. A lot of young, hard-working players here.
Well, they come to work, and that's the key right there.
Jim Holton, that's his hockey. You're willing to work hard if you're willing to put in the effort, Jim Holton's going to make you a better player. His style of play, the structure that they play. There's a drive off the blue line, rebound in front. That one kicked aside. Another tap at it. Doesn't get to the net. There's a shot by Langlois. Almost got the Eagles on the scoreboard for a second time. But icing will be the call. So again, back to the non-birthday date line of 23-24 of October. The Isles are finally going to play at home.
Yeah, it's been, you talk about, it just seems like the training camp went on forever. The Islanders, the ice still isn't in at the Civic Center. They say it's going to be ready for the 23rd. The team has moved back to the Civic Center, but they're getting dressed and then hopping in cars with their gear on and going to UPT out of practice. It hasn't been easy.
Well, if they can get the press box finished, it's a pretty big focus. Craig Foster has them working on the press box. That seems to be done. So it's now down to the ice.
That's priority one. Right?
That was priority one. And now...
when Eastlink says they need our spot.
Here stepping back in again. Johnson. Oh, there's a beauty of a goal. Short side. He is going to lean into that one right on the stick. And that is a rip wrister by Drew Johnston. And he gives the Charlottetown Islanders a 2-goal lead, the biggest lead of the hockey game, in right side. And a great shot by Drew Johnston.
Turnover, and the Islanders get it through, and Drew Johnson holds the puck. Squires goes down, sliding. Johnson fires, beats Grimard on the short side. And a couple quick goals here early in this third period has given the Islanders some breathing room here with 16:39 to go in period number 3. 35-11, shots on goal. Islanders certainly deserving of this lead.
There's no question about that. But the way that Grimard was playing, you were wondering whether they were going to get another one by him. He just, he was lights out to end the second period. But now a couple of goals. So Drew Johnston last year, 7 on the season, now with his... better check this out. His first of the season? We'll have to check that. Again, all the stats are digital tonight, so we'll have that for you tomorrow night.
Gill with the assist.
So Gill with the assist. Drew Johnson, that's his first, right? Yeah. And he had 7 last year, but that was a great shot. Coming in low, about knee-high in the glove side. He found net, short side on goaltender William Grimard, and the Isles lead in a solid effort here. Full mark for the 3-1 lead. Come over last night, well rested, no travel day today. They're out shooting Cape Breton 35-11. Jim Holton and his coaching staff said the club would be very competitive this year. From what we just talked about, the willingness to work. And great goaltending, solid blue line. And that's what we're seeing right now for Charlottetown. They're 2-0 in the season, trying to pick up their 3rd win. Here they come, Oliver, boards wide off the left wing. Oscar Plendowski pulls up. That's a backdoor pass. Eventually get away. Here's Trudeau. He quickly glides back inside his own territory. breakout fade. Back for Plendowski. Tries a little peek pass. Broken back up again by Cape Breton. There's Fraser now. He's shouldered away and off the puck. Trudeau along the right wing boards inside his own zone.
Trudeau's smooth criminal with the puck.
Yeah.
He evades heat with ease.
You got to think that he is...
he's on the NHL radar for
he's
next year's
got to be
draft.
on the NHL radar for the draft, you would think.
Underrated as they come on the back end.
Last year, a 15-point season.
Just no panic in his game.
He was a toss-in.
That's a storyline every night, isn't it?
Every night, yep. Certainly is. You just never know. That's what this age group's all about. So it's a 3-1 game. We have Johnson, his first. Gill, was there a secondary assist there?
No.
Okay. So we have Boyd, his first. Casey, Budgel, in early stages of the third period. Johnson, his first from Gill. And the Isles lead 3-1. McCarthy with his first. Now we're only into game 3 of the season, so a lot of guys getting on the board for the first time, but 3 of them tonight. Which is nice to see that Casey doesn't have to carry the mail every night. DeRusso, Cormier. We've got some diversified scoring here tonight in this 3-1 lead.
That's what it's going to take.
By committee. Here comes Cormier again now. We'll bring it through center ice. Drags it in off the glove side corner. Tries to get to it. As Budgel doesn't rope it onto his stick. Charlottetown at their own line. Backing it up. There's going to be no Lowen trying to fire the puck all the way back down again. As play will continue on. LaRose nudges it. Trying to help out. The puck is laid again outside of the Cape Breton line. Baker sends it across. Back for Nathan LaRose. Back up through the middle. Trying to drive in. Santerre as it's off of his stick. DeRusso tries to knife it up off the left side. Trying to bust back in again. There's a shot. Scores! LeBlanc.
Gill.
Snipe shot. And I tell you what, LeBlanc and Gill were out there, but just a laser shot.
From the circle.
Going long side. So Gill right back on the board. He's got a multi-point game here. All
Terrific shots.
Man, they were all good shots. There was nothing that looked to be of the routine save, but Casey, Cormier, Plendowski, Budgel, DeRusso, all with multi-point games in the season. And you can add to that list for the Charlottetown Islanders, Gill as well, as he has helped give the Charlottetown Islanders a 4-1 lead. Justin Gill with a 2-point game, 1-1. Here comes Drew Elliott now. He tries to lay off into the right wing corner to protect the puck. Battles hard, sends it back near point. Menard with a shot, or Maynard with a shot, as we have Elliott. He fires a shot. Rebound! Oh, what a stop! Big time stop there by the goaltender. Looks like there's let's see. It's in his glove as the save will be made off that shot by Beauregard. He thought he had one on the board, but
I thought he had one too.
Oh, man, I'll tell you what. You talk about lights out with the leather on that one. That will be the goaltender as he will make the save. What a stop there by goaltender William Grimard. You got to have a little luck when that happens.
And spread out, and Beauregard, he's shaking his head, and he says something to Grimard. He said, acknowledges the save because it looked like he had about 20 square feet of the 24 in the net.
He just like everything was laid perfect for him. He had, you said, most of the net, 80% of the net to shoot at. The goaltender's coming out looking starfish. He's got everything, the pads and the ice, the gloves wailing. And it is shot right in the glove. I look Beauregard. The light didn't come on, but I was going to say, well, it can be an unusual start to the season here everywhere. So, but it remains 4-1. Great push here by the Islanders in the third period with 13:22 left in period 3. Isles lead 4-1. Stepping back in again. Shot. Oh, this one off the bootstraps of the goaltender, low glove side. And snagged there by the goaltender, Colton Ellis, who has not been all that busy. He's made a couple of, I go back to the opening period where that 2-on-2, 2-on-1, and eventually he went 1-on-1 with the shooter to shut down the best early scoring opportunity by the Cape Breton Screaming Eagles. And he set the tone early that he was going to be a tough guy to beat here tonight.
38-12 shots on goal. That's not an easy night for a goaltender.
100%.
And that's a nice glove save right there, battling through traffic.
Easiest, not that it's the easiest game, but it's when you get your muscle movement going and you've got a 40, there's a shot, scores, tipped off in front. LaFrance drilled off the blue line by LaRose, and it'll beat Ellis to the glove side. On a nice redirection, nothing you can do on that.
Yeah, LaFrance got a piece of it. LaRose let it go, and the Islanders don't get up quick enough, and LaRose lets a shot. LaFrance right in front. Nobody boxes him out. Tip, a pretty tip. And two-goal game. Still plenty of time. 13:05 to go here in this third.
Only way that stopped is if Ellis is about 5 feet out on the white of the ice and out of the crease to shut down the angle. But not a tough or a tough save to make on that one. But talking about Ellis, it's tough when you're only getting 12 or 13 shots in the game. Most goaltenders like to get the muscle movement going in a 35 or 40 save night. You get into a bit of a rhythm. Drifted in. Glove down by Grimard. Langlois. 4-2 now. In back of the Cape Breton net, Kelly Murphy. Handoff pass. Trying to relay it in is LaFrance. LaRose with an assist as well. As Cape Breton will try to bring it in, the Eagles to the attack. Here's LaFrance. Sends it up high to the left point. Kelly Murphy lays it off the near corner. As trying to get to it is Ryan Francis, poked along by LaFrance as well. Here comes Casey busting. LaFrance into congestion. Budgel. Back for Casey. Kelly Murphy. The puck is coughed up by the Islanders. He parks it right back in again. LaRose to the crested at center ice. Drifted back in by Jack Campbell. Off the right wing boards, not cleared out. Logan Camp tries to get to it. Ellis momentarily possessed, but here comes Budgel trying to reverse. Saucers one through center ice. Back on the stick of Cedric DeRusso. Offside will be the call against the Charlottetown Islanders, who try to attack middle drive along the offensive blue line. And we will have the play blowing down. 8 minutes and 12 seconds gone in this third period. Isles with 3 of the board to Cape Breton's 1 here in the third stanza. Charlottetown leading 4-2.
And a couple of big goals, as we talked about. Justin Gill, Drew Johnson, then Boyd here in this third period to give the Islanders some breathing room. And you know, Cape and their character, they're certainly not going to fold the tent here.
You know, the coaching staff, Jake Grimes, and they're not, his style of play has always been to compete hard. It's loose then off the goal line, punished down on the play. Was Gill 2-point forward for the Islanders in this third period. Now it's nudged through center ice. Trudeau along the right wing boards. There's Camp inside his own territory. We'll hand it back for Baker. As we've got Cape Breton. They'll slither through center ice, trying to drift the puck in. Trudeau. Down off the corner, trying to possess it is going to be Cole Frazier. Not successful in doing so. Between the blue lines, the puck is again drifted. Campbell tries to bring it back in. It's stolen off of his stick, and again the Islanders are going to golf it right back in again. LaRose. He's going to freewheel with it. Plays it up off the right wing boards. Eventually controlling is Lucas Cormier. In back is Lowen. Isles will not get it out. Trying to steal. Santerre, and he fires the puck back in deep inside the Islanders zone. 10:25 left in this third period. Isles doubling up the Eagles 4-2. Entering in is Drew Johnston. In deep in the play is Beauregard. Here's Lowen from about 45 feet. That one is going to be snuffed out by blockage by Cape Breton as it's sent back to mid-ice. Canning is going to try to bring it in, but offside will be the call against the Eagles here out of Cape Breton. The Isles with 3 goals in this third period to take a 4-1 lead at the time. LaFrance has made it 4-2, but each one of the goals, Boyd, Johnston, and Gill, all with snipe shots, Corey.
Yeah, clean shots.
Clean
that,
shots.
That beat Germard, and Germard a couple of big saves. I mean, not for Germard this game. I mean, shots on goal, 38-13.
It could be 7 or 8. He has been real strong in between the pipes for Cape Breton. Tougher third period for him. But again, just clean shots. He never got a piece of any of the 3 that beat him. Out to center ice. Scoop back in again. As Cape Breton down low in the corner, they try to drift it off in front. Right back again. Through center ice. Landowski steps in again, fires a shot. And it's off his stick. And at a play. 9:36 left. McCarthy leading the charge down the left wing inside his own zone. The coaching staff will like.
Well, I mean, when you get any offense from your fourth line chipping in, and he's on the fourth line here tonight after being a healthy scratch for the first 2 games, I mean, you'll take what you can get, and he's understanding. I mean, he's not a kid. He's a more veteran player, 19-year-old that has been around junior hockey, played prep school as well, so he knows his role, and it's to go out there and first and foremost make sure you don't get scored on. Puck's out, puck's in deep, work hard, try not to be a minus when you come off the ice.
That will gain the respect of your coaching staff if nothing else, that there's not a minus on the board at the end of the night on your game sheet. Budgel out for the Islanders to take the draw, glove side of Grimard. If Boyd as well. And Casey. Hamel and Maynard for Charlottetown. Maynard, a free agent acquisition by the management staff of the Islanders. Big-time numbers last year in Ontario. And he is going to punish his man off the puck. Through center ice. Here's Ben Boyd. Again, driving in. Puck is loose in back of the Cape Breton net. There's Boyd again finishing his check. I think you're going to hear that on the broadcasts and see it all season long if you're not in attendance here. We said Boyd at 6'3", 204 pounds. He likes to be involved physically. And I know the Islanders are pretty pleased with what he brings to the table early here in his major junior career. In back.
I thought last year he could have made the team as a 16-year-old.
Yeah.
He left camp.
Want to finish up his AAA midget in Nova
Must
Scotia.
have been fun playing against him and midget.
Oh, he'd be a beast, wouldn't he? All the way down. This one is going to be hacked back in again by the Cape Breton Eagles. Through center ice. Driving in is Patrick LeBlanc. To the high left point, Blandowski. He battles hard along the high left wing. It's golfed at. There's Justin Gill drifting it in back of the Cape Breton net. Islanders, a well-deserved 4-2 lead here with 8 minutes left in this third period. Big-time scoring by Charlottetown to open up the third period. Back-to-back goals. Right back in again, trying to get the shot through, is Drew Johnston. Doesn't have enough steam on it. Doesn't get to the goal. Again, now another attempt by Patrick LeBlanc. He's going to hack it in, and it'll be Cape Breton deep inside their own real estate. From the right, they'll try to bring it back. Cole Frazier tries to join the play. Jack Campbell cannot advance it. Countering the other way. Coming late is going to be Drew Elliott. He doesn't get to the puck. Trying to drive back in again is Jacob Squires. He's going to be wide of the cage with it. And we've got the Islanders starting back. Johnson snaps it in. In back, Noah Welsh. Younger brother of Isles' all-time goaltender, Matt Welsh.
Zach Welsh.
Oh, yes, what did I say? Yes, Zach Welsh. Brother of Matt Welsh.
Nice to see the Welsh name continue.
Yeah. Looks pretty steady out here. Brings some pretty good size as well. McCarthy right back in. Lets it go off the stick and off the end zone netting at a play. But I know I had a chance to see for the Eagles, Zach Welsh, a couple of times in Charlottetown. And he really appreciated the Islanders organization and how they had treated Matt Welsh.
Yeah, and you know what? The Islanders scouting staff liked Zach Welsh heading into the draft. He went higher before we had many picks to take a. You know, I think he's going to be a good major junior defenseman.
Yeah, looks like
it's a big jump for him as well. He played junior A last year with Sean Evans and Churro, so that would make the jump a little bit easier.
It looks like he's going to be able to, again, like his brother Matt, be steady, show up each and every night, and bring that consistency that a coaching staff likes to have on any player, in particular a goaltender. So the play again whistled down. Tomorrow night, Ocean 100. We'll have the call for you with a pregame show. Tim Holt will have on. And Corey Arsenault will have some audio from the Cape Breton side of the storyline early in the season as well. We'll break the game down, and we've seen Cape Breton here tonight. So Corey will have 24 hours to get his thoughts together. Just not drop them off in the front door and say, game on.
Sometimes those are the easy ones to, because you're not thinking too much.
Oh, here's Casey in a seam pass through center. Chipped off into the left wing corner. LaRose is going to be rode in off the end corner. Nice play by Casey again now to try to steal the puck. Budgel deep on the forecheck. Element will look to bring it back. Had a big game against Halifax last week in what I think a 4-point game in Halifax, and the Cape Breton win. There's a drive. He was named the game's first star here against Halifax. I don't think he picked up a point and was named the game's first star, which shows you how hard he competed, obviously. Here's LaRose, winds and fires, outcoming glove side. Another drive, tipped off in front. Nice pad, legging save by Ellis. Now trying to stay on side is Casey. And a long shift for him. He's going to run at the gas a touch here. Tries to nudge his man, sets it up for the trailer, stepping in, scores a beauty. Cedric DeRusso, and this one sticks side. And again, another shot that Grimard does not get a piece of. This one is in strictly off the shot, and it's now a 5-2 game. All great opportunities. Nice play by Budgel. Hits the trailer coming on the backdraft. That's Cedric DeRusso, and he buries it this time on the stick side as the Isles taken another 3-goal lead, 5-2.
Wow, and that's a big one for the Islanders. I mean, the Eagles pressing a little bit, a couple of blasts by Baker on the Rose, but nowhere near the net, and it's a heads-up play. They see Thomas Casey sprouting in, and they get it up high. He rushes off from the corner, takes the hit to make the play, and then drifts it out front. DeRusso tapping the stick, asking for it, puts it on his tape, and that's a great sign for the Islanders, seeing Cedric DeRusso lighting the lamp here early in this season, because he's a guy that they targeted in the P.O. Joseph trade to be a excellent 20-year-old. And now, what's that, his 5th goal?
They expected him to be a lamplighter, right?
And it wasn't the easiest of seasons last year for Cedric in Charlottetown, but he stuck with it. You know, he has the ability with his skating to burn anybody. Thomas Casey and Cedric DeRusso flanking the wings.
Yep.
Good luck.
Well, that's game 3. He's got his 4th goal. So, I'm thinking they're pretty happy with his offensive production to this point. In back. Here come the Eagles now. 5-2 they trail. Saucered in. Trying to drive down low. Kidney. He's going to embed his man. In front. Shot save. This one into the belly pad of the goaltender on the glove side with 4:49 left again. Ellis is going to put up the plywood to snuff out any offensive comeback by Cape Breton at this point. Soft body goaltender. He's a big goalie at 6'1". Well-liked teammate. He's only been here for a short period of time. You think he was a career guy. I noticed it last Friday night against Moncton, where the team was down by a couple early in the opening period. But they're all going back and tapping. Here's Beauregard stepping in. That one is redirected to Karam off the end boards. But everyone to a man on the ice had the confidence that Ellis would keep them in the game.
The big thing I heard about Colton Ellis as well is in that Rimouski dressing room that was loaded with stars, he was basically the captain. That says a lot.
Well, no, that's ginormous. I mean, when the NHL
Character.
number one pick is in that dressing room and you're saying that he's the leader, I don't know whether the statement can be made much bigger than that. Maynard, he's going to rag and drag it through center ice, looking for Johnson, who's on the scoreboard here in this third period with a great wrister. Giving the Islanders a 3-1 lead at the time. It's now 5-2. Plays with a lot of character and sandpaper to his game. Delant out. Doesn't get to it. Quickly now. Kidney bounces away and off of his stick. Here's Cormier to the right wing. Back right in again. Sam Oliver. And he'll flicker wine to the glove side. It's loose in back of the net. Oliver tries to punch it off in front. Getting to it, though, is going to be Cape Breton. Zach Welsh tries to play it around. High to the center point. LeBlanc, or check that. Cormier will keep it in. We have Noah Lowen regrouping just outside of the Cape Breton blue line, trying to bring it back in. Here's going to be Oliver. Protects, fires a shot. 5-hole save made by the goaltender. Grimard, he will hold on, sealing it up. Sam Oliver, as I think unofficially, had 4 goals in the preseason, trying to get on the board here. A lot of his fellow teammates in their rookie games and first game experiences here, early game experience, are on the board. You know, Oliver would like to be on that list as well.
Oh, good effort right there. And Sam Oliver, he's been around the puck and around the net here tonight for the Islanders.
Yes, he has been.
And McCarthy and Kieran Gallant, that line's been good. And Oliver draws the penalty as Jacob Squires head of the box for hauling down, and 3:02 to go in the third period. Look, Islanders looking for a 4-goal cushion.
Here's DeRousseau, back for Cormier again. He's got possession, quarterbacking the power play. He's got 7 points in the season. Tries to set it up into the wheelhouse. Lendowski is going to send it all the way back down. Cormier in first. Back to the attack. He'll bring it up the middle. Hits his own blue line. Stretch pass right side for Casey. Just icing will be the call. 2:31 left here in the third period. Islanders 5-2. Trying to extend their early season success to 3-0. All on the road.
Cormier draws a secondary assist on DeRousseau's 4th. From Thomas Casey, it was Cormier that airmailed that one ahead for Casey.
Islanders 19-13-2 on the road last season. 6 games above 500. Right now, they're off to a great start. They played their first 6 on the road.
40-15 shots on goal. That hasn't happened over in Center 200
Not
in
often.
recent history.
No. They've had a lot of firepower here in Cape Breton. Landowski. Cormier will keep it in. Around it goes and off a legging. And then knifed all the way back down again. 2:15 left in regulation time. Solid road effort. Jim Holton and the Charlottetown Islanders in town last night. Well rested. Kevin Elliott. We have the team, the meals, everything all set up. Proper sleep, nutrition, and the Isles are ready to go tonight. Oliver tries to bunt it down. 48 seconds left in the power play.
Yeah, I was just content to
they've
not
got enough
give up
now.
any shorthanded opportunities.
Trying to get Colton Ellis with his 83rd win in his Q career. Started the season with 80 wins. Looking to get his 3rd here. 3 out of 3. Lowen right to the blue and onto the paddle of the goaltender and sealed up with 80 seconds left in this one. as the Islanders leading by the score of 5-2.
Well, it's always nice to get first blood when you're playing back-to-back contests on the road. And for Cape Breton, our first look at them, really didn't know what we'd be seeing here. I mean, you look up and down the lineup, they got some talent in their lineup. There's no denying that. And the top line has been pretty good here tonight. On the back end, LaRose and Jarrett Baker, two of the better defenders in the queue. But just the depth of a team that, made some big moves to bring in some players. Bouchard last year, Sean Element was brought in.
Loose off in front, a minute left. Islanders were 5-3-1 against Cape Breton last year. 3-1-1 at home, 2-2 on the road. So they were tough against Cape Breton, but there was a doubleheader that was finally canceled with the Eagles last year. Right as the league was shut down, and the Eagles were on a roll at that time. So some of those wins early in the season for Charlottetown, it was a much strengthened post-Christmas lineup for Cape Breton. But again, Charlottetown, as we said, 5-3-1 on the season last year against these Eagles. So they are going to crease crowd goaltender Grimard, and 21.1 seconds left. But when you look at the final finish of this one here tonight, for those watching at the factory and at Boston Pizza, overall, a pretty, I don't know other than to say that it was a pretty solid team effort right through the roster.
Well, when you outshoot a team 16-3 in their home rank and period number one, but you're tied at one, that kind of sets the tone. They came out 16-7 in the second period. And now 10 shots here. 10-5 shots on goal. But the quick goal by Ben Boyd gave them some breathing room because, you're 1-1 after you play them. Here we go.
Here, stepping back in again. Here's Campbell back in. Nice. Oh, I'll tell you what. A little shimmy shake there by Campbell, and the puck just rolled off his stick at the last moment. But he was showing some gifted hand-to-eye coordination, trying to beat the goaltender Ellis, but the puck slides off his stick.
Deked himself out.
Yeah. He had a lot of moves going there, and the puck eventually rolls off his stick as he doesn't get a shot away. But a solid effort by the Islanders here tonight as they now go 3 for 3 on the road. They've beaten Moncton, they've beaten St. John, and now Cape Breton, all in their home buildings. And the Islanders go up 3-0 on the schedule and on the road, building confidence early in this 2021 season. Looking at the hockey game, Corey will have the scoring stats, but the third period is the one that pulls out the win for the Islanders. They end up with 4 goals, every one of the 4 goals, and Corey will talk about those. Those were of the clean variety. William Grimard, who played so strong in goal for Cape Breton, he didn't get a piece of any of them. They were rifled by him, and the Isles go on to a 5-2 win. Corey?
Yeah, just a big effort here on the road against Cape Breton Screaming Eagles team that has been off to a pretty good start this season as well. But the Islanders, with a big first period, we talked about 16-3 shots on goal in the first period. Brendan McCarthy, his first shot is in the back of the net in the queue. Lucas Cormier with the assist. He gives the Islanders a 1-0 lead. Liam Kidney will tie it up from Haggerty Aubin, and Jarrett Baker, a wide open backdoor play. Justin Gill, first star of the hockey game, is the 4th goal here for Charlottetown as the Islanders in the third period. We talked about it was 1-1 after 2 in the third. Ben Boyd, Jim Holton makes that move, puts Ben Boyd up onto the top line. 16 seconds in, a snipe shot that beats goaltender William Grimard to make it 2-1. Drew Johnson, 3 minutes later, a shot that beats Grimard clean from Justin Gill. Felix DeFrance made it a bit of a game. It was 3-2, but the Islanders come right back, 4-2. And then 5-2, Justin Gill at 6:02. Cedric Desrousseaux at 14:41 from Thomas Casey and Lucas Cormier, as the Islanders will pick up their third straight victory to start the season. 42-15 shots on goal, indicative of the matchup here tonight. All Charlottetown. Colton Ellis, when tested, made a couple of decent saves. Grimard, if it's not for Grimard, you're looking at 7 or 8 goals, although beaten clean 3 times here in this third period. Third star of the hockey game, Lucas Cormier with 2 assists. The second star of the game, Liam Kidney. And the first star of the hockey game, Justin Gill, the big 17-year-old second-round pick, who was very solid tonight for the Charlottetown Islanders with a goal and an assist as the Islanders win this one by a score of 5-2. We'll do it all over again tomorrow night live at Ocean 100, pregame show set for 6:45. For George Matthews, I'm Corey Arsenault, bidding you a good evening. Thanks for tuning in and listening to Charlottetown Islanders Hockey live on ISLESradio.com. Good night. Bonsoir. Happy birthday, Captain.